Okay, so I have laminated already the first piece into place, and you can see that I use screws to hold it all down because clamping in this refined area is very challenging. I was able to actually clamp right in here and get that nice and firm up against this cross member, but the rest of it required screws. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting a laminate in across this step, and if I go over here a little bit, you're going to see the nice step profile that I created. I brought in today two little tools that are infinitely useful, and I will show you. Most people think this is a joke, but this is a mini shoulder plane, and it sat right like that, and it helped to define a nice straight line. So as I was going across it, I was just shaving off the little peaks and valleys until I got a nice straight defined line. Very useful little tool. It looks like a toy, but it's anything but. You get them from Lee Valley. Also, I brought in a bullnose plane today. That's what a bullnose plane looks like, and you can actually take the front of it off. Let me just put it down. You can remove this section, and so it's just a chisel plane at that point in time, and you can get right into the corners. And I was actually doing that in this corner in here because the mini shoulder plane couldn't reach. So I got the front section off of it, and I was able to get in there and clean up the corner, so I've got a nice straight defined line there. So what's going to happen today is I'm going to put staples in to keep the laminations pinned down against each other, and I'll show you that when I get there. So right now basically I'm going to take the screws out. I'm going to plane it a little bit and clean up all of the edges and get it ready for the next layer to go onto it, and then I'm going to go out and I'm going to cut my layer. Alright, so I have just cut my next laminate, and you can see that I'm just in the process now of fitting it. So it's almost there, as you can see. I did the cut with a Dazuki handsaw, a little razor blade for cutting wood with. Very fine saw, actually. And right now I'm cleaning up with a little block plane, and all I'm doing is I'm just planing the edge a little bit, and I'm fitting it in place, and I'm planing the edge a bit, and I'm fitting in place. And you can see just in the very corner over there, I've got to do a little check on the corner, a little takeout of just looks like 1/8 of an inch, and it should fit in just perfectly. And once that's complete, I'll probably clean up this end here before I do the glue, so I won't be fighting with it afterwards. And then I'm going to put the glue in, and I'm going to staple it in place, and it'll hold nice and tight. And that's our work for today. It actually has gone faster than we thought, and there it is. All right, so I want you to see, I hope this is in focus, how perfect the fit is. And I'm not saying that to toot my horn, I'm going to tell you how I did it. Of the joint at the very end. Now you can see there's a little bit of a gap at the very top, okay? Nothing critical, but it was much larger before. And what I basically did is I hand planed away down here, and on this piece of plywood until I got it so that the thing was just about perfect. Now I'm going to give it 1 or 2 more passes, but I'm going to get that little crack that you can see at the top down to nothing shortly enough. And I'm going to take a still of this because I think there's a close-up function on this camera, and I'll get a still of it and I'll post that so you can see that as well.